Well, now, German officials will meet later today to discuss financial aid for farmers as record temperatures and prolonged droughts threaten billions in damages to crops and livestock. Farmers are calling on the government to declare a state of emergency as northern and eastern regions struggle to cope with the dry spell. Well, joining me from one of the worst affected areas is our correspondent Jessica Salt. Jessica, how bad really is the situation there at the moment?
Well, Tessa, I'm here in Trebin in Brandenburg, where local farmers are really worried about the effects that the ongoing heatwave and lack of rain is having on their crops. As you can see behind me, this field here, usually used for growing a variety of crops, is really beginning to dry out, and it doesn't look like there's an end in sight. In fact, today predicted to be the hottest day of the year so far, and it is mostly farmers here in the east of Germany and in the north who have been affected. I spent the day with local farmer Thomas Gebert, who showed me the devastating effects that this ongoing drought has had on his farm.
Fields of Brandenburg are turning into a desert. The rural region outside of Berlin hasn't seen rain for over 3 months, and the unusually high temperatures have left crops parched. It's a real worry for farmers such as Thomas Gebert.
Normally the entire field should be covered with small rape plants because of the seeds that fall out while harvesting. But this moment we have just some emerged wheat plants, but you don't see any or just less rape here on this field.
Local water sources like this stream have all but dried up.
This region has not seen any serious rainfall since mid-April, and this is proving catastrophic for local farmers and their crops. Farmer Thomas Gebert manages around 4,000 hectares of arable and grassland, and he believes around half of his crops could be lost if this drought continues.
There are 2,500 dairy cattle living on the farm collective. But with less maize and grass to be harvested, food supplies for the cows are running low.
Yeah, at the moment, no one of my neighbor farmers would buy any cow because everybody have the same problem. So I have neighbors which reduced actually the number of their cows, and because they cannot sell it because nobody would buy it, they have to slaughter the cows. And I hope not that this is an option which we have to go.
But with the scorching weather showing no signs of relenting, farmers in the region are set to have a difficult summer.
Will be meeting members of the Agricultural Ministry in Berlin today, and these farmers are demanding €1 billion of compensation for lost crops due to extreme temperatures, and they're also calling on this crisis, which is what they're calling it, to be called a state of emergency. Now, the government line is they want to wait until the end of August, until the final harvest has been collected, until they can decide on it. But certainly it does look like it could be a real state of emergency. Thomas Gebert, this farmer, told me yesterday that of the 1,000 hectares of maize that he farms, only a quarter are viable at the moment, and this is a real problem for him as it is a critical food source for his cattle. In fact, dairy farmers, some of the worst affected, and indeed are saying that they might need to push the prices of milk up. So this is a real concern here in Germany at the moment, and farmers also saying to me that although this is a real anomaly, this very warm summer, they're also worried that they might need to start preparing for the fact that this could become the new normal.